Good morning, guys. We've left Wave Rock and we're heading to Kalgoorlie via Southern Cross. We're now heading on this dirt track which is called the Emu Fence Track. So far it's been pretty good. We've been travelling on this for about 68 k's at the moment. We've got about another 20 to go before we hit bitumen again, but the road's in really good condition. I've checked the van before, no problems, so everything is smooth sailing. So I guess we'll either see you in Southern Cross or Kalgoorlie. G'day guys, welcome back. Yeah, well today we're actually, we've rocked in at Kalgoorlie. It's Monday, it's a public holiday. Apparently the caravan parks don't accept people coming in on either Sundays or public holidays here for whatever reason. So we got turned back, so we decided to look for another camp. Well, did we find a camp spot, and that was only by pure accident. Lake Douglas. If you're ever looking for a place out down here at Kalgoorlie, Lake Douglas, fantastic place for a camp. I'll just show you. Yeah, there's Robyn enjoying herself.
Hello.
And we've got the caravan all set up. So yep, and we've got this whole place to ourselves. Life does not get any better than this. We're going to go and have a drink now. Chat soon. Well, good morning guys. Robyn and Peter here again.
Hi.
We're just out of Kalgoorlie, about what, how many k's,
About
Robyn?
10 k's.
About 10 k's out to a little place called...
Well, it's Lake Douglas recreation area, which is like a bit of a national park or reserve it is actually, and there's a big camping area here.
Yeah, see, Robyn's done all the investigative work here.
Yep.
We're out walking this morning. We're a little bit rugged up because it was pretty chilly this morning. The clouds now have started to go.
And the sun's out, so it's nice and cosy now.
Now, enough of us talking. When we were out walking, we actually came across a couple of the mines here. So we decided to go back out there again because I did leave the GoPro at home.
Yes, we only had our phones with us.
Yeah, so we're going to go back out there, take you guys out there and have a look. It's pretty amazing. It's should be a good bit of photography, I reckon.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, we'll just show you a little bit of this camping area here.
So, oh yeah, well all right, while we're here we'll show you the camping area. Well, as you can see, there's plenty of campsites here. There's one other caravan over there. They do have toilets and all that sort of stuff here.
Tables and chairs,
rubbish
fire
bins.
pits, rubbish bins.
Yeah. This is where we're set up here. We had a very comfortable night in our hilltop feathertop caravan. And over here we had our fire last night, which was pretty good. Someone was kind enough to leave a couple of logs,
and then we had some of our own, so yep, that was nice.
So it was really quite good. So enough talking, let's go and have a look at this quarry. See you soon. Well, hi guys, we've made it to the quarry.
So a few quarries, I think.
Is there a few quarries?
I think so, yeah, a few. I think unused or finished with or something.
Finished with. So come with us, we'll show you some quarries. So yes, we were up here earlier this morning. It was pretty bleak, but the sun's come out now and it's looking real good. So we're just walking up to the top of the quarry here. This was just at the back of where we were camping. Certainly looks pretty spectacular. So apparently there's about 3 or 4 of these quarries in the area.
Or mines, or whatever you like to call them.
Yep.
assuming gold, because Kalgoorlie is known for gold, so I'm guessing it was gold. There is quartz around, but there's lots of other, so maybe there was other things too. We're not real good on geology and and rocks, but I don't think this is Lake Douglas. This is just water in a quarry.
Yeah. So as you can see, all the everything that's been quarried out of here is sort of been piled up behind us.
Now, it's pretty sad in a way when you look at what mining does. Interesting if they try and bring it back to nature a bit, help nature along, to help recuperate all this, because it's like a big scar.
Well, that's it. We've taken you to a quarry, and now the phone's ringing. What can I say? See you guys. Well, hi guys, we're just coming back from the quarry and we're heading back to the caravan park. This is the track we took.
Well, the caravan.
Back to the caravan.
You're not in the park yet.
No caravan park
we
yet.
will be going to one though. We'll pack up and...
Yeah, but everywhere you go out in the outback, there's always this car's been set alight, turned over.
Stripped of what's got money value.
Yeah.
And they burn them.
Oh well. It's what it is, I guess. But the countryside here is spectacular, isn't it? It's pretty scrubby.
Yeah.
But what we have been looking at quite a lot,
yes.
and I'm going to show you this now. I don't know whether you people are interested, but the gum trees here. Now, Robyn's been doing a bit of research on the internet because...
There's a good one through here, right over there.
Okay, well, we'll keep on walking.
Go a bit further.
Okay, well, we'll keep going. Well, these trees that we actually found have a very, very shiny outer bark. They tend to debark themselves, and the bark looks almost like ribbons. Like
ribbons hanging down from the branches, streamers and ribbons as the bark falls off, or the soft bark, and it leaves a very shiny, well, bronze coloured trunk.
Yeah, and
absolutely stunning in the sun.
Yeah, once the sun hits it, it's just like looks almost like gold, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, gold, bronze, yeah. And it's nothing to do with the soil, because the soil here is red. It's nothing to do with it growing in this, well, it appears not to, because it only grows in, so we've only seen it in this area of Western Australia. Like the Quarry trees and that in Margaret River, Pemberton Way, they're confined just to that area, and maybe these ones are confined to the southeast, I suppose. Southeast. It is. So well,
Robyn, I think I've located what you were talking about.
Yes.
It's actually straight ahead. Don't know whether you can see that tree there, but looks very bronzy. I'll see if I can point it out to you. About there.
And some are very tall and thin and not a lot of branches. Some have a lot of branches. They're called GIMLET gum. GIMLET.
Yeah,
so, we'll go a bit closer.
Here we are, guys. The GIMLET gum.
Now, if you go really close to the bark or the trunk, this is peeling off a bit, but this one here, look how beautiful it is. And it nearly is smooth. There's a few little hairy bits. If I run my hand down, I'm not going to get any splinters. And it's just beautiful.
Well, that ends our nature walk for this morning. We've just had a phone call that our campsite's ready, so we can actually head back into town now. So we're heading back to the van, get set up, and we'll meet you on the other side. Well, good morning, guys. We're here at the top of Mount Charlotte. This is where the Kalgoorlie has their water supply here. We're going to show you the pipeline in a minute, but one of the interesting things is the holding tank that they've got here. If I turn the camera around, you'll be able to see it. Sorry about the barbed wire. But just inside there is the water supply for the town of Kalgoorlie. Now, an interesting thing is that they have a pipeline from
Perth?
Yeah, sorry, from Perth to Kalgoorlie. Now, we can actually see two pipelines. One is there and the other one is just over here. So one will be a supply in from Perth and the other one will be a supply out to feed Kalgoorlie. And from up here we can actually see some of the mines up the top over there. So we can see one over here. The one over there is just the museum. There's some over in the top corner up there, and if I spin the camera around you can actually see some of the actual working mines over here. And I hope I've pointed in the right direction, otherwise I'm going to be totally embarrassed when I see this footage. So we're having a great time in Kalgoorlie.
Yes, and the reason they bring the water from Perth is because this area doesn't have very much of their own fresh water, and even when the first gold prospectors came, water was actually worth more than gold. It was very hard to survive. It was pretty harsh and without fresh water. So even now it comes from Perth.
Well, there we have it,
569 kilometres or something of pipeline.
And we have a section of the pipeline. If any of you have come down from, done the run to Perth to Kalgoorlie, you can actually see this pipeline. Here's a section of it here. So we've got a diameter of it here. It looks like, I suppose it's about 1 metre in diameter. So pretty impressive. Okay guys, we've finally made it up to the super pit. Welcome to the KCGM Super Pit Lookout. So we haven't been up here, so we'll have a bit of a look. So, this is the super pit. On some of the faces of the walls down there you can actually see some holes. Now they were the holes that the original miners actually dug down to get the gold. So what they decided to do in their wisdom is to actually blow it all up, bring it out. And that's what those vehicles are doing now. They're dragging everything up from the bottom. There's a couple right down there below. It's not too windy. So that, guys, is the super pit. Well, hi guys, we're at it again. We're at the Museum of the Goldfields at the moment. We're right at the very top.
Well, as top as they'll let us go.
The top as they'll let us go. Just to give you a little bit of a look around. I've got a great view from up there. Wow, what a view.
There's Mount Charlotte just over there.
That's where we were before, Mount Charlotte, which is right up the top there. So we're up here now having a bit of a look.
And there's the super pit over there.
Oh, and the super pit, yep, as Robyn's correctly pointed out. Great view from up here. So yeah, the super pit is just up the top there. Just having a little look around. Well, she's pretty high. Yes, as you might see, it's a bit cold and blustery. We don't show you Australia in a warm, sunny, bright light. We show you Australia as it actually is. Sometimes it gets cold, and sometimes it's like this. Alright, we'll have a little look around, see what else we can find. We're on the hunt. Well, I'd like to show you guys one of the smallest hotels in Kalgoorlie. It's called the British Arms. And we'll take you inside. Well, hi guys, we're actually in the narrowest pub in the Southern Hemisphere. It's part of the museum. It's called the British Arms Hotel. I kid you not, this is how wide it is. Around the corner. And back in the day, if you had some toothache problems, you'd come to this guy. And turn around. We have a setting ready for lunch. Well, there you go, the narrowest pub. Good morning again. We're still at Kalgoorlie. We've actually stumbled across a very iconic place. It's where they play tour. And have a look at the building. Pretty ramshackled, but looks like they play a lot of tour up here. The next game is next Sunday, so this place will be buzzing then. So, oh, we've got a game in progress right here. Heads.
It is. Heads.
Oh, I won.
Did you?
Yeah. So this is where they play the game of tour.
Heads and tails.
Oh, I would have lost. So, yeah. So this is where they play tour. Pretty cool. We'll just go for a wander around and I'll do a complete circle of it so you get a bit of an idea. They've got toilets over there, men over there, ladies over there. Oh, this place will be buzzing on Sunday. So it's just a pity we have to leave, but what a building. You don't come across that every day. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, all the car park here will be full. We're pretty lucky that we're on our own. So I think we'll just jump in the cruiser and head on out, see what else we can find here in Kalgoorlie. Well guys, this next video is going to be interesting. We're going to one of the oldest...
well, it is
the oldest brothel, bordello
in Australia.
In Australia, called
Questa Casa.
Questa Casa. So we're going to go in and have a look. Don't know whether any of this video is going to make it onto YouTube, but let's give it a go. There's a few people here, so I think there could be a few people interested in what goes on behind these closed doors. So I think we'll get out now and we'll go and have a look. So here we go. This is us on the move. Well, here we go, guys.
One's old.
We're all arriving on time.
Yep.
We're all heading in.
Yep.
We'll see how we go. Well, I'll turn the camera off now and we'll see what happens. Well, hi guys, welcome back. Episode 17. Wonder how many people have actually watched all these episodes.
We have.
Yes, so we ended up at Kalgoorlie. When we arrived, we tried to...
It was a Monday and it was a public holiday.
Yeah.
And...
tried to get into a couple of caravan parks, and we were told in no uncertain terms that it was basically a public holiday
and that they don't work. You know, it's like you even answered the phone, one person, and it's like, okay, why would you not work on a public holiday when that's when people travel? But obviously not to Kalgoorlie. Anyway, then I rang a couple of others, and then one lady, she wasn't there at the caravan park, but she was very happy to take our booking for the next day, but she just had nothing on that day, so that's why we ended up in Lake Douglas after having a little look at on Wikicamps and finding it.
But that turned out to be a blessing because that place was fantastic. When we arrived, the campsite where we pulled up, there was a couple of logs there. It was just ready to be. It was like
somebody had the fire ready for us nearly, and it was open, and there was no one there. Well, there was one other there.
So we had a great night
and it was just really lovely, and I think there is more around. I think it's a recreation area too, the actual Lake Douglas, but we didn't want to go too further in with the caravan on the back too. We weren't quite sure.
I went for a bit of a walk in the morning just to suss the place out, and where some of the roads were, there were some mounds of dirt which actually stopped people from driving in. I got a little bit curious. So I decided to climb over a couple of the mounds and have a little walk around, and that's where I found that that big blue lake. Or the quarry,
water-filled quarry, and then you came back, and then we both went out and took some videos.
So I think
it was interesting.
Yeah, I think if you see any of those little mounds to stop you from driving in, there's got to be some good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's because that's where the roads where they used to, obviously the trucks and that came in, and then they don't want cars driving in there, and probably even people going in, but we managed to climb over them.
That's true. And well, actually jumping forward a little bit, we saw those GIMLET trees. We were pretty impressed with those. They look terrific. I would have loved to have given you some better footage of some of the trees, because they did have sort of like a ribbon effect on them as well.
Oh.
And with the trunk of the tree, it was sort of like a golden bronzy colour. It was absolutely superb.
Coming into Kalgoorlie, there was a section on the side of the road. We couldn't really stop because, you know, it's a bit hard to stop screeching halt with a caravan on the back, and there was nowhere to pull over, but there was a whole like little forest or area of them, and the bark was actually coming off, and it actually comes off and sort of spirals round like a ribbon or like streamers, and it was just amazing. But it's the colour that's incredible.
Yeah, so if you're in the Kalgoorlie area, look out for those trees. It's well worth the look. Mount Charlotte water tower.
That was good.
Yes, as we mentioned in the video, unfortunately Kalgoorlie doesn't get much water, or not much of a catchment area there. So they've got a pipeline there, all their water from Perth, which was pretty good. So as we were going across there, we did see a lot of the pipeline.
The length of the pipelines,
which was good.
Yep.
What else did we do?
Well, the museum was really interesting. We only put some video up of us standing on up the top, didn't we? That museum had some very interesting things. Well, that little skinny hotel was part of the back part of the museum, and it was just
so I think
interesting.
It was called the Gold Mining Heritage Museum. So if you're in Kalgoorlie, it's in one of the main streets. Well worth a look.
It's actually free too. You can give a donation, but it's free.
Yeah. Gold Mine Shed, or the Two Up Shed. I love that. That was really good. And actually, during this whole trip, was the first time that I actually put the drone up.
Oh yeah. Little bit of a touch and go. It had a few little issues yet to fix up with it, didn't you?
I had a few little issues to start with. Couldn't get the height going properly. Anyway, I've sorted all those things out now. So in our next series, we'll be doing a lot more with the drone.
And
I promise.
As we've mentioned, in the past, a lot of places you can't have them. You're not allowed to, people. But then, I say, we were most of our trip was so out of peak time. There was hardly anyone in a lot of places. We probably could have used it, but if it's too windy, you can't. Anyway, it's a shame we didn't get more drone shot, because some of those beautiful waterfalls and rivers and all that would have been great.
Would have been good. Look, I promise you, next time we'll do lots more of that.
But you saw it from our level.
Now, what else we did? Oh, well, I mentioned the Two Up Shed. That was good, because actually when we were doing the Two Up Shed, they were actually, you'll see a ute that's actually just pulling in slowly. He was, I suppose, the groundskeeper or
maintenance guy or somebody, one of the locals who just takes on.
We had a bit of a chat with him, and he was telling us how the Two Up all worked, and he said, you've got to come on Sunday, because everybody will be here. But unfortunately, we had to move on, and we only sort of got the tail end of that, really. Yeah,
he gave us 2 pennies that they use. Like, they have a white
cross on
one side or whatever, but they're actually pennies. And he said, you can have these. And I thought, so we've got a little souvenir.
And while you're in Kalgoorlie, you can actually go to Questa de Casa.
Questa Casa.
Yeah, something like that. It's the oldest brothel in Australia or the world. It was built in 1890, and it's been operating for about 120 years.
120 years, yeah. And it is the only.
And it's not still working.
Yeah, it's definitely working, and there's no legal brothels in Western Australia.
No.
So this one's actually illegal, but it's allowed to continue because.
So if we've offended anybody in that section, I'm sorry. But it was you could actually do a tour of the brothel, and the madam there that actually operates it, she was pretty knowledgeable. I mean, she was really a nice.
She gave you.
She was very strict. I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to cross her, but. If you don't have all your paperwork in order,
like you've paid for the tour and that you're there at the right time,
and she will not open the door a minute to or a minute after. It's right on the time. So if you do go there, be punctual, and it'll be good.
And
it's worth a look.
Obviously, it's not working while you're there. The girls aren't. There's no one there. She just takes you around, talks about the history of the original. prostitutes, if you like to call them, whatever. And she was great, and it was really interesting.
Look, it was entertaining. It was sort of a bit of fun. You wouldn't take your kids there, but I'm sorry. Yeah, but it is a good place to go and have a look at. So I think we better close this one off. Now, as I keep reminding everybody, for us to keep this channel going, we would love you to subscribe so that we at least know we can get our numbers up. And as I said, we'll be bringing out a new video every Thursday night at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, ready for your viewing on the weekend or whenever you feel like having a look at us. So I hope you've enjoyed this series. We've learned a hell of a lot, and I think the next series will be a lot better. But look, it's a whole learning curve, and I think if anybody wants to do a bit of video photography and all the stuff that we're doing and what a lot of other people are doing, look, have a go. It's a lot of fun. It does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of patience and dedication, but it's good to have a record of your trip, and it's a good way of doing it. We were using a GoPro Hero 9 in that, which was one of the latest GoPros at the time. I know the 10 is coming out now.
It is out, isn't it?
But
okay.
I think the Hero 9 and 10 would be a good start-off camera for you to try. So have a go at it. It's not that hard, and you get to meet a lot of people. As I said in one of the other videos, we got to interview a nice lady at
Lorraine.
Lorraine at
Bustleton.
Yes, yeah, she was good. I actually rang her up to tell her that she was going to be on, and I think she was a little bit ecstatic about that, so that was good. So again, if you just hit that like and subscribe button, it will keep us going. So until the next episode, this is Peter and Robyn.
Yes, just one thing, sorry, before we go. I meant to mention, when we're at the super pit, the landslide that happened a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
There's we might try and get a picture up. You'll see it in the video if you look at sort of in the centre of the.
I'll try and put something up there
here. And that landslide was happening during work. Luckily, no one was injured.
No, I don't think anybody was injured, but yeah.
But they bypassed that and it's just left because it could slide again too. So.
All right. Thank you again for watching. This is Peter and Robyn, Oz Travelog, keeping you informed. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Our next episode will be out next Thursday. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.